From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
Breaking news for a big day of June 27th, 2022, as a fourth stimulus check has landed in every U.S. state. And in this recording, we're going to go over how to get those incredible checks and why it's important to move quicker than later, because guess what? There's a financial cliff just days away. How soon is that financial cliff coming? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member of this channel. Step 3, stay on this broadcast, this live broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California, because we're going to go over these incredible checks. What's at issue today is that there's a series of inflection points. Inflation, recession, and labor you need to know on a daily basis, and we'll touch in on what's going on with them as well. This weekend, a major rollout, and then a major announcement was the new LALATE worksheets. The worksheets are an incredible way to keep track of where your money is today, where it's going, how to get big sums of money. We're going to go over more about those worksheets that viewers are absolutely elated about. You need to pull them out and start taking notes in today's recording, because we have a lot of breaking news. We have breaking news on housing. That's one of the 3 sectors I told you to take notes on. We also have breaking news on the stock market and also retail sales today. But what you need to know as we go into a new week is that we have no deal on oil. There's likely to still be no deal on oil. Why the price of gasoline is going down, that's not because there's a deal on oil. It's because of just volatility in the trading environment. But in today's recording, we're going to go over another type of stimulus, which you may have seen in a lot of Facebook ads. It's a great stimulus for the home. It's huge sums of assistance, but is it as big as has been indicated? What is that assistance? It's solar panel stimulus, so claims the Facebook advertisements. We'll go over whether there is free solar panels for you, even if you're a renter, or whether there is not. I'll dissect the situation on it today. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, subscribe, become a member, and stay over this big 1-hour broadcast live on air for Santa Monica, California, because we have a lot of money to go over. It's a big day with a lot of exciting news, and the deliciousness is about to start, because guess what? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing as a big new day of Mornings LALATE gets underway. And good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It is a gorgeous day here along the coast for June 27th, 2022. Hope you're excited, because in this recording we have a lot of money to go over, and that exciting money starts right now. Have you become a member? Make sure you do go right on this video and become a member, and then get ready for the big second half of this video as we go over the exciting details of those 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. We're going to go over inflation, recession, labor, housing, retail sales, and also the situation on the stock market as well. Good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope everything is going great with you. It's a little bit cooler here along the coast for June 27th, 2022. The latest details today is that a 4 stimulus check has landed in every state, and you need to get that incredible money. You need to get that big money. And the issue is that there's an inflection point, and that inflection point is a major downturn of this economy. Major downturn of this economy. It's coming. It is what we call the financial cliff. The financial cliff is actually detailed in a brand new report released minutes ago. That brand new report actually touches on 2 different subject matters I tell you to know on a daily basis of what's going on. Both inflation, both recession, and labor. The new report says that the banking industry is expected for major layoffs, as they're expecting a financial cliff. Oh boy, here we go. There's 3 things you need to know on a daily basis: where inflation is, where recession is, and where's labor in this market. And this story hits both of those two of those points right today. The situation on inflation is that inflation is still tracking high, at least 8%, and it hasn't yet peaked. We haven't yet seen. We're going to go more about that in a second. Recession, that the recession is coming next year. I was the first American financial broadcaster to report that. We'll be going over that in a second. And number three, labor, that labor is going to be hit by a series of stages. The first stages will be layoff, the second stages will be hiring freezes, and the third stages will be store closures. But here you go. A major report released minutes ago says that in the banking industry, major layoffs are coming. They, in fact, say that they had major hiring spree in the last 2 years, increasing their labor workforces by as much as 20%. And now they don't have the revenue. They said they brought in a lot of employees and they did not get the revenue in the house. So now they say, we're going to start laying you off. Massive layoffs are coming to corporate America in the banking industry. And this is a big shocker because Americans are not surprised that there could be layoffs in the retail sales environment. But what about in the banking industry? Boy, folks, this is a big one. Now, here's what you need to know. What you need to know is that we're waiting for that FOMC meeting just days away, the July FOMC meeting, and that will give us guidance on what Jay Powell's going to do. And if he raises those rates, as I said he is, 3/4 of a basis point, we're getting closer and further along to stage two. What is stage two? Stage two is, of course, the inflection point that you want to be worried about, and that inflection point is basically that you would be seeing a financial cliff. What is a financial cliff? A financial cliff is just exactly what it sounds like, a cliff when you fall off of it. Not you, because you're watching this channel, but everyone else, because they're not prepared for it. When is that financial cliff? My prediction, September. How severe? It's going to look like the pandemic of 2020. That's why you got to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. We're going to go over those incredible checks in the second half of this video. Have you become a member? Welcome to all the new members and welcome to all the new subscribers. And guess what? You're excited about that new LATE worksheet. It's coming up later in this recording. We'll go over that more in a second. The inflection point of September is very troubling because it's just around the corner and millions of Americans don't get it. They do not get it. They do not see the reality hitting. They're not preparing their household. What do? That's all we care about, you and this incredible family. What do? First, you remove any type of adjustable rate debt in the household, whether it is a mortgage, a car loan, or credit card debt that has adjustable rates, because we just went over what Jay Powell's going to do, head of the Federal Reserve. He's going to raise those interest rates very big time in the next few FOMC meetings. One meeting per month, except the month of August when they're off. 3/4 in July, 3/4 in September, then half, then quarter. That's a lot, and your rates will go through the roof. You need to get rid of those flexible rate interest-bearing items in the household right away. Number two, you need to remove expenditures you don't need in the home. So remove any type of extra cost you don't need, get rid of them. And number three, you need to increase your savings. How do you increase your savings? Getting these stimulus checks. I have stimulus checks up to $80,000 for you. If you're single, if you're married, with children, without children, on benefits, SSI or SSDI or more, those incredible checks are coming up later in this recording. To wake up another day for June 27th and hear the same narrative we heard about labor over the last month is consistent with what I'm teaching on this channel. What I'm teaching on this channel is that as you approach a recession in 2023, you're going to see several stages, downward spiral of the labor market. Stage one is layoffs. Stage two is hiring freezes, which means do not come applying for a job. We don't have any jobs here. And stage three is store closures. Store closures are very dramatic because suddenly you wake up one morning and your store is closed. What stage are we in right now? We're certainly in stage one, but we're in many cases in stage two. Tesla, Coinbase, 10%, 18%, layoffs, and also hiring freezes. Hiring freezes are very troubling because guess what? That situation for labor dramatically changes this economy. What are the three phases I've identified for this economy? Now to September, as we slowly contract, and then the abrupt fall off the hill, the financial cliff. September. September will be a financial cliff. Let me tell you how severe this financial cliff will be for other people, not for you, because you're watching this channel. You're doing exactly what I teach you. Welcome. Good morning again. You're doing three things every day. You're knowing where this economy is, where the economy is going, and getting big sums of money so you're not falling off the financial cliff. I think we need that on a t-shirt. I'm not falling off the financial cliff. I've fallen off the financial cliff. Pick me up. Help. I've fallen off the financial cliff. No, there's no clapper that can help you on that one. This one, you're not going to fall over because you're going to be prepared for it. Now, let me tell you what's going on with everyone else. What's going to go on with everyone else is Jay Powell is going to send you into recession. As he sends you in recession, layoffs are going to happen before you're in a recession. Let me make that clear. Phase 3 is the recession next year. The layoffs happening right now. And those layoffs will result with Americans blindsided in the labor stimulus situation. What is that? They do not know that if they're laid off today, that there may not be another job. They do not know that the job next door, the business owner is about to close their doors. A lot of businesses are shuttering left and right. Number 3, they think that they are laid off. It's a good thing because, the number one song in America last week before Charlie Puth and the BTS singer took it down at number 1 was about the beauty of being laid off. No. The beauty of quitting your job. No, none of this should be happening. You should not be celebrating this type of stuff. What is happening? When people are laid off, as the financial cliff approaches, there will be no PUA, PEUC, FPUC, LWA, EIDL loan, EIDL grant. None of these items that Americans got so used to in 2020 during the pandemic, those items will not be around. All you'll be left with is basic UI unemployment, which is not a lot of weeks and not a lot of money. It's not going to pay the bills. What's also going to happen? As you approach September, you know what happens outside. It starts to get cold. As it gets cold, your bills go up, especially those utility bills. Heating oil, gasoline, the gas-powered furnace in the home, really going up a lot. How much? 300 to 400%. You're going to be shocked, or Americans elsewhere, not on this channel. You're not going to be shocked if I tell you on channel. But everyone else is going to be shocked because they're going to open that bill in October, November, December, and their eyes are going to jump out of their socket when they look at that bill and they say, I can't pay this. But I don't have to worry because they don't turn off the utilities bills if you're behind on the bill. Yeah, they do now. Now they do. This is not 2020. Also, big shocker. Eviction moratoriums no longer on point. Homeowners mortgage forbearance no longer on point. So the banks can take the home. The landlord can kick you out. This is a financial cliff waiting to happen. And what about Congress? They will be gone on vacation. Congress will be gone on vacation late August. So it's important to understand that Americans who sit back and just talk about something from 3 years ago or 2 years ago or 4 months ago are not going to prepare their household. What do I have for you? I have a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. It's not from Congress. I'm not waiting for Congress, nor viewers of this channel. They told me back in March, give me checks, get me prepared, give me lots of money. And I got them. $80,000 of forced stimulus checks in this recording. They're coming up in a second. So let's go back to those 3 points that you need to know every day and the latest updates on them. I told viewers this weekend, I'm going back on message again today. You need to come on camera, take notes with those LATE worksheets. We're going to go over those in just, as I drop them, as I almost drop them again. Here we go again. We're going to go over them later in a second, the LATE worksheets. It's really sunny here, so a lot of the light is diffusing the imagery today. We're going to go over some of those items. Pull out your page 1 of that worksheet right now. On page 1 of the worksheet is, of course, inflation, recession, labor, and the Federal Reserve. What's the latest update on each of them today? First, on inflation. The latest update on inflation is we're waiting for that CPI read, the Consumer Price Index number, for the month of June, released in a couple of weeks. We're just a few weeks out. Do we have any indication of where it's going to come? It's based upon gasoline and it's based upon price of goods. Well, if you're in the supermarket, do you see the price of goods going down or about the same? Jump in the live chat. Is the price of goods in the supermarket, the milk, the eggs, the same? Have they gone down or are they about the same? I saw them went down a little bit in in about March from February. Because remember, January and February was horrible. It was horrible. I saw them come down, but I've not seen them come down in the last 30 days. Absolutely not. So had they gone down the food, the milk or eggs in the supermarket? Yes or no? Yes or no? Down. It's the same or about or come down. Post in the live chat. Next, the price of gasoline. Now this one's interesting. The price of gasoline has gone down in the last 7 days, about 10 cents, but it's up for the month, 35 cents. So we still have a few more weeks left in this month, a few more days left in this month. And what's interesting to see is that based upon where we are, it is still up for the month. So we know, based upon gasoline, the inflationary number, the CPI, when released for the month of June in early July, is likely higher. What about recession? Are we close to that recession? We are getting really close to recession. Now, one of the points I fully make that I do not know is what's going on for Europe. Europe could drag us into recession sooner than later, and their problems are very hard to gauge for U.S. reporters like myself because what's going on? There's a lot of different countries, and they're doing a lot of crazy, screwy stuff, and their central banks are not doing things right. In fact, most American broadcasters report the same thing. They're not doing things right. So they may be close to recession, but otherwise our economy is no closer than it was over the weekend. January 2023 is when I believe that recession is coming on. What about labor? Well, labor, we start with that major story today as the banks are set to announce major layoffs. And when I say banks, I do not mean your teller in the local branch. I'm talking about the major banks, their investment analysts, the people who make who run the operations of the banks. These are career professionals, not your temporary teller. These are career professionals, and they were hired with a 15 to 20% hiring growth last year. And now, what's my projection? I expect about a 20% layoff. Ouch. Yeah, we don't have the numbers on the amount of the layoffs yet. They have not been formally announced, but the analysts now say expect major layoffs. If it's based upon the hiring growth of last year and the year before, I expect it's going to be the same fall. Here's what we know. They're not delivering revenue. Ouch. Sound familiar? It does sound familiar. This is what we teach on this channel. That's what happened with Walmart and Target. They said they brought too many people back to work after the pandemic, and they did not deliver more revenue. They don't need that many employees to deliver more revenue. You get rid of them. And then the Federal Reserve. Do we have guidance yet? Any new guidance yet from the Federal Reserve today? No, but we're expecting guidance all this week. Of course, we had the guidance last week. If you missed it, it was a big exchange. Very important exchange. And it was between this guy and this woman. Their names are Liz Warren from Massachusetts and Jay Powell, head of the Federal Reserve. Their exchange was about what is Jay Powell doing with his dual mandate? The Federal Reserve has a dual mandate, and that is to bring price stability, another way to call it, bring inflation under control, and also maximum employment. Another way to say it is to keep unemployment low. Well, her exchange with him words during that Senate Banking Committee was the following. Mr. Powell, Chairman Powell, in trying to pursue the decrease of inflation, could you potentially send this economy into a tailspin? And his response was, yes, it's very possible, based upon the world events that's happening internationally. And he's basically referring to everything from Putin and left and right, is that based upon those world events, it's getting harder for us to do this. And he says, very possible we could go into a financial cliff. Very possible. If that's not enough to scare the socks off your feet, what would be? And what he said is that it's very possible we're going to fall off a financial cliff. It's very possible that unemployment will surge out of control. And it's very possible that inflation will not come down. What do you need to know? What you need to know is that Jay Powell did not give guidance as to when. When would be the financial cliff? This is my analysis. September. Financial cliff is a very abrupt change of events. It's not a slow progression downward. That abrupt change is likely September. January into 2024 is a slow progression downward, a recession that goes on for 2 years. So my prediction is that's what's going on that front. We have new housing data released minutes ago, and the housing data is just sort of, it's sort of a mixed bag. The housing data was actually a little bit positive. Yeah, a little bit positive. But I'm not bringing it on camera just yet because it basically was sort of a blip in the signal. Is the housing market rebounded? No. Are our home builders and realtors going to say the housing market's back? Of course they will. Of course they do. This is what was heating up Wall Street on Friday. Analysts are really upset at other analysts who are trying to bring you in on transactional revenue for them by giving you a fake narrative. What's going on? Certain industries are dependent upon transaction, buying and selling. And if you're not buying and if you're not selling, they're not making money. So a lot of analysts are trying to tell you it's the bottom of the stock market. That's one of the three things we're going over. It's not the bottom of the stock market. You should not be buying. You should not be selling. It has reached the bottom of the housing market. It's now going to peak and come back. It's not. You should not be buying and you should not be selling. The realtors and the home builders are doing the same thing. They're trying to use false data to say it's a great time to sell your home. It's really a risky time to sell your home because we're almost at the very end of the boom period of the housing market before it falls. So if you can do a quick sell, maybe, but it's very dangerous. It's a good time to buy. It's a horrible time to buy because the mortgage rates and because the homes are overpriced. It's a horrible and because you're going to buy it and it's going to devalue in the next 2 years. Absolutely, really a bad time to buy. Here's what you also need to know as well. In the second half of this video, we have a lot of stimulus checks, upwards of $80,000. But one subject matter, which you may have seen in a lot of Facebook advertisements in recent days, has been solar panel stimulus. That's, in fact, what they call it in the advertisements. These are commercial advertisements from third-party vendors, and they call it solar panel stimulus. In fact, some of the viewers in the live chat have been talking about it. What is that solar panel stimulus, LA? That is the expression that they give it. What are they referring to? Their narrative in these commercials is that the federal government, this is what they say, the federal government is giving away solar panels. The federal government is paying you money for solar panels. The federal government's paying you money to install the solar panels. Wow, that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? The commercials often name drop Tesla solar panels. They talk about asking for your zip code and a little bit of information from you. Is this true or false? Answer: false. There is no solar panel stimulus where the federal government gives you money up front. There is no solar panel stimulus of any of these items. First, the federal government's not giving you money to go buy solar panels. Federal government's not giving you money to install solar panels. Federal government is not sending you solar panels. And so federal government has no deal with Tesla either. So is there anything truthful in these advertisements at all? There is one slight bit, which is really what they're going around about. The federal government in approximately, I think it was 2020, rolled out a solar panel tax incentive. It's where if you do something, then when you file your taxes, you get that tax refund. Tax refunds are wonderful. Let's make that very clear. They're wonderful. But is it 100%? It's not 100%. Never was 100%. The tax refund, again, I'm not a tax preparer. You ultimately need to consult with a tax preparer, is that if you install solar panels in your home, then you may qualify for a big tax refund. 100%? No, it's never been 100%. Upfront check? No, there's no upfront check. But there is a refund if you qualify. And the refund amount is staggering. So I believe it was more in the year 20 to 2021. It's a little bit less in the year 2022, and it's going to be less in the year 2023. So why are these advertisements really picking up? Let's go over the equation for this. First, the refund amounts are about 23 to 20%. It steps down on 2% per year. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get you in to procure their services so that you get that 20-something percent, but then you're still paying 40% of the bill to them. Yeah. So let's go over that again. They want to draw you in as a client, and then you're lured by the idea of it, and then you realize, well, I only get 20% off of this, and then I'm paying them 40% of the money. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Number two, they couldn't do in-person sales because of the lockdown, so they weren't able to ramp up their sales in the last 2 years. That's why a lot of these Facebook advertisements were bought 2 years out. So, takeaway, There is a federal program that provides you refund for the solar panels off of your taxes, but it's not an upfront payment and it's not 100%, and it's not run by these organizations at all. And with that, let's go into your big four stimulus checks. Those four stimulus checks in every U.S. state are huge, and you need to get them. Why? Because that financial cliff is coming. And they're big, and you need to prepare your household. You prepare your household by doing three things, and the first thing is getting lots of money and increasing your savings. The second one is by knowing where this economy is and on a daily basis. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over these incredible checks in every U.S. state. Step 1 is to subscribe to this channel. Step 2 is to become a member. And step 3, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which has those four stimulus checks in every U.S. state in there. It also has the price of wheat and grain and corn, the price of gasoline, and also has the new LALATE newsletters. Now, these new LALATE newsletters are absolutely newsletters. Oh boy, I'm butchering it. The new LALATE worksheets, the new LALATE worksheets. These worksheets are the big hit of the viewership of this channel already. And let's go over the worksheets if you just became a member or you were gone over the weekend and did not see them. They are in every newsletter of this channel, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're new to this channel, by the way, what are you watching? You're watching LALATE, America's number 3 most watched financial news channel in America, heading into number 2 of a brand new look coming in less than 90 days. In every video, we go over where this economy is, where the economy is going, and your money. Page 1 of the worksheets goes over inflation, recession, labor, and Federal Reserve. What is the concept of the worksheets? The concept of the worksheets are to take notes on what you learn in the recording, because you need to know where this economy is and where it's going. Page 2 is one of the big hits of this channel. Page 2 of the worksheet is one of the big hits. Why? Because it has a beautiful table, and that table has 4 stimulus. In that table, you can take notes on the type of checks you applied for, the date you applied, the amount you were paid, the periods of a payment, the amount, and then your contacts. It's very important to keep track of your contacts. That name, that person, their zip, their extension, because you need to establish that relationship. You'll be going back to them for more money later this year. The next page is fifth stimulus. Your benefits are going up. We'll be featuring this more on Evenings LALATE tonight. Your benefits are going up. Social Security Administration currently says 8% later this year, but it could be more. There's a table for you to calculate this in the worksheets under fifth stimulus. Right after that is the incredible next page of the worksheet, which is the huge deliciousness of student loan debt forgiveness. And right before that is sixth stimulus for gasoline and Brent crude. Where is the updates for gasoline and Brent crude? Here you are. If you're on that sixth stimulus page, take the following notes. Price of gasoline is relatively flat today. It's down 10 cents for the last 7 days. Yes. International price of Brent crude is off of its 120s. It's down around 113, 115. It's been very volatile over the last few days. The decrease of the price of the oil is not because of any potential deal. Let me tell you where the Brent crude is right now. It is currently up 2% today at 115 at the time of this broadcast. Of course, Brent crude trades throughout the day, so it's currently 115 right now. And finally, the last page of the worksheets, 7 stimulus. 7 stimulus. Student loan debt forgiveness. What's the update on this one? The president's set to announce a final chapter in the student loan debt forgiveness. What is he about to do? He is about to make an announcement. I believe the announcement will be coming before the August recess of Congress, so that he has the congressmen around the table with him when he signs this into law. It will be coming by executive order, and it'll be the final narrative for the student loan debt forgiveness saga. What will he be doing? I'm predicting he's going to forgive $10,000 for individuals who make $150,000 or less. And that will be the end of the story. I know it doesn't make sense, 150, which year? I'm not quite clear how he's going to do this, which year it's going to get forgiven. Because let's say you made less than 150 last year, and this year you make 160. It's not really clear. Hopefully, he'll make it clear by the time of the announcement. This wraps a very long saga on student loan debt forgiveness that started with the forgiveness of debt for individuals who became disabled after graduation, people who went to work in the nonprofit or public sector after graduation, and people whose debts were procured by fraud by the university against them. We'll have more about that tonight on Evenings LA, but in the big second half of this video, we're going to go over those 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Oh, we got a lot of checks to go over, and I'm excited because you need to get this money because of that financial cliff coming up. In the second half of this video, get ready, pull your worksheets out and get ready to take notes. Step 1, become a member. Step 2, get that incredible newsletter. Step 3, subscribe to this channel. And in the second half of this video, we're going to go over those incredible checks one at a time. But first, here is a little bit about the members community page as Mornings LA live on air continues.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And it's a beautiful morning here today for June 27th, 2022. Hope you're having a great day. Did you become a member during the commercial break? I hope you did. Go right on this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP to get those incredible 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Get that newsletter that everyone's talking about, and now get the new worksheets that is heating up a country. What's important for you to know is that you need to learn to earn, and people who do not are going to be falling off of a financial cliff. Forced stimulus is different than the prior stimulus packages. Prior stimulus packages delivered minuscule little checks if you did nothing. This time around, there's no checks coming to you between now and September. And that financial cliff is in September. Congress is going to recess in late August, so there's no way to get anything from Congress in your hand before that financial cliff is going to happen. But the viewership of this channel is very smart. I train them to learn that you do not wait to the 11th hour to get stimulus because your back is against the wall. You get it when times are good. And back in the month of March, viewers said, LA, they're not getting that Build Back Better Act done. Times are good. Can you get a stimulus now before times get bad? And I did. The great news is that the stimulus is still around. It is huge. And I had a quadruple mandate for myself at the time. One, that I would ensure that checks are huge, big checks, tens of thousands of dollars. And I got them. Over $100,000 a person in every U.S. state. Number 2, I want to make sure the eligibility is broad. Kat says you do this really well. I do. I want to make sure that you qualify. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you rent, if you own, if you have children, if you don't have children, if you're on benefits, SSI or SSDI, go get it. Number 3, I want to make it simple and clear. Carol says you do this better than anyone else. I make it sure I do it right. How do I do it? The newsletter. Prepared, organized for you, so you don't have to look searching. You don't have to hunt the internet for it. It's all delivered to you, wrapped up in a bow, and delivered to you in something called the newsletter. The only one of its kind in the American broadcasting landscape. Delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And finally, the focus. I want to make sure that the viewers are focused to ensure that they get the money today, get more money tomorrow, and continue to get money. And later in this video, we're going to meet Margaret, Johnny, Lorraine, and Mark, who are our inspiration for today's recording. With that, let's go over these incredible checks. The first check is $6,500 to $12,000. Yes, we're starting big. We don't do small checks on this channel. And this incredible first check is I call Check A. I give it a lending system on this channel, and it's $6,500 to $12,000. A four stimulus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you are on benefits, go get it. It's called the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check. How do you get this wonderful check? Step one, become a member. Go right in this video right now. If you're watching this chat and you're not a member yet, do it right now. Go under the video where it says join the channel. Thousands and thousands of members. You deserve to become a member as well to get this money so you don't fall off a financial cliff as well. You prepare your household by getting big sums of money. Step two, you open the membership newsletter delivered Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. And you go down in the membership newsletter to find Check A. When you find Check A, you click the link and it sends you into the nationwide website. You choose your state, and then you choose the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check program. And you're not done there yet because you're going to go get Check B. $15,000 to $80,000 for stimulus check in every U.S. state. Look at that money. We're not playing around here. Average viewers getting $66,000 to $80,000. That's what makes the difference between financial independence and financial dependence. A new report released minutes ago says 58% of Americans polled live paycheck to paycheck. You're not going to do that on this channel. I need to make sure that you get your bills solidified and paid for right today. And this check helps that, $15,000 to $80,000. How do you get that check B? Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you are on benefits, go get it. Step one, become a member. Go right in this video, hit that join button. Step two, click the link. Step two, open that newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system, and go down to Check B. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. At Check B, it's going to tell you a little bit more about it. It has a link. You click the link, you go right into the application, choose your state, and you pounce, but you're not going to stop there yet. No, we're not done yet. We're going to go get Check C. Now, Check C is likely to be one of the best, most helpful, and most important checks as we approach a financial cliff, or America approaches a financial cliff, not you. And that is because it includes rent. Yes, remember, there's no eviction moratorium anymore. Includes mortgage assistance. There's no mortgage forbearance anymore. Includes money for utility assistance. Yes, they can turn off your utility bills if you don't pay the bill anymore. And what is this Check C? We've been getting this since 2020. It was third stimulus, and it's still around. The success stories have brought viewers on average an MSC direct deposit $2,000 a month for 12 months, but many viewers have gotten, on average, $45,000. Let's look at all these incredible success stories that come in on a daily basis. If you've had a success story, send it to me on private message, and I'll feature it on air. Do you want $30,000 for rent? Then go get Check C. Look at these incredible numbers. Do you want $15,000 for utilities like Mark's brother-in-law? Go get Check C. How about SNAP? Look at these numbers. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year over 10 years, $250,000. Do you want these combinations of items for Check C's? Then go get Check C's. Now look at Nisi and Mark. Nisi, Mark, Lorraine, Johnny all embody what I say in my fourth mandate, which is to ensure that viewers continue to get money. Lorraine, you're going to see in a second, she got another few $100s this weekend. Nisi got money just this month. She continues to get money on the average. Nisi's gone from $23,000 to about $50,000. Mark has gone from $32,000 to, where's Mark today? $166,000. Johnny got $80,000, helped two family members, each got $50,000, and helped a whole neighborhood, got them $300,000 plus dollars. And Lorraine, she was at 105, now she's nearly at 150. She got more money just days ago. Lorraine inspired the LALATE worksheets. How did she do that? Because I've been saying for over 2 years, bring a pen and paper on camera, bring a pen and paper when watching the show, and take notes about what's going on. She said her notes have now filled a whole binder. So I thought, what better way than to create a notes-taking system for my viewers called the LALATE worksheets, so that you can take notes on fourth stimulus, fifth stimulus, sixth stimulus, and seventh stimulus. Your fourth stimulus, student loan debt forgiveness, benefits lift, and gasoline. And boy, it's been a big success story. All you have to have with the LALATE worksheets is a printer. So if you have a phone, you could send it to a printer. If you're at a local print store or at your college, just send it to the printer. and you don't actually have to have a computer. It's a PDF, and you just send it to print, and there you go if you want to take notes. Now, if you don't have a printer, you know what you can also do? You can just open the PDF on your phone, look at it, and say, oh, I'll just write this down. I'll just see what's in that PDF. I'll write it down myself. So, for example, let's say you don't have a printer and you don't have access to a printer. Then you just open the PDF on your phone. You look at it and say, okay, page 1 is inflation, recession, labor, Federal Reserve. I'll write that down on a piece of paper. I'll just make a copy of it for myself. It's just organization for you is a way to do it. And let's say you like one of the tables. I love this table. I'll just make a table just like that and make a little grid here on the dining room table. And there you go. That's how we help one another on this channel. What's also important to note is that the President of the United States has yet to get a solution for gasoline. As gasoline continues to go higher, the gasoline situation will send us into recession. What you need to know is that there are several things you need to really focus in on this week. And there is a lot of distractions out of there. Distractions we already went over early in this recording with those analysts giving false information that things have rebounded. It's not true. The next thing that is very distracting is people who are overly concerned with terminology. Recession. Is recession? Isn't recession? Don't worry about the terminology. What I want you to know is your money worth more or less than a month before? Because why am I focusing that accordingly? Is because if you think that this is not the recession, because it isn't, and that is good times for you, it's not. I don't want you to think recession bad, everything else good. Let's say that another way. I don't want you to think that if we're not in a recession, you're fine. And if we're in a recession, you're bad. No, because look at these phases again. This is going to be a bad downward spiral from now to September. It's going to be a worse spiral from September to January. So I don't want you to think that one time good, bad later means it's good now. Number 2, Americans out there that do not want to learn will not earn. And we've done a really good job on this channel of really distancing ourselves from those people. Those people will pop up here and there, but trust me, they're really going to pop up in September. Those are people who think that money should be paid to you automatically from the federal government, a monstrous sums of money to prevent your family from going into recession. Never going to happen. Federal government's never going to prevent your wallet from going into recession. It's not going to do it. Is the federal government going to pass the Build Back Better Act? Yes. Is the Build Back Better Act going to have a lot of money in it? Yes. Is it going to come to you before the financial cliff to prevent you from falling off the financial cliff? Never. It's never going to get done before the financial cliff. So Americans who only want to know one subject matter and one item and not do anything except say, when is Build Back Better Act putting a check in my wallet, are people who really don't want to learn anything. There's a lot of other money to get out there, and that's what I'm getting for you in this recording. That other money is the forced stimulus. That other money is there now. That other money you're going to get today. For anyone who says, when are they going to send out money to everyone else? I always laugh when I see that sentence. I'm laughing when I'm saying it right now. Money for everyone else? Who is everyone else? If you make $75,000 less, go get it. If you make $150,000 less, go get it. If you make $700,000, that is everyone else who makes $700,000. There will never be stimulus for you. And if you live with electricity, if you have lights on, if you have running water, well, go get the money. That money is available today, and you need to get it today and continue to get it from this channel. Coming up later today is a brand new Afternoons LATE at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Then we have a brand new Evenings LATE at 5 o'clock. This video will automatically send you into Home LATE coming up at 11 a.m. in which we go over the routing times on your big, incredible money. But step 1, if you haven't gotten this money, is to start getting it today. Go into this video and become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino, VIP. Get that incredible newsletter money through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Become a member today. Do not wait. All the people in the live chat with that emoji behind their name are members. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, go under the video and hit that bell so that all notifications are set to all on. Let's do that again. First, go to the front channel, hit that subscribe button. Second, there's a little bell at the front of this channel. Make sure that bell is set to all notifications. And number 3, make sure you become a member. And again, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday. Do not miss any videos throughout the day because the breaking news stories are happening by the minute, by the hour, and it all impacts your wallet. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. I'll see you next at noontime. Get every pot of money you can get and stay with me. There'll be a lot more breaking news by noontime, by 3 o'clock this afternoon as well. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.